Alright, so today is February 28th of 2023, and yeah, cats knocking stuff down, playing with everything. Show you what I've been starting on now. One of the things I've been contemplating here is getting bilge pumps in here. You know, you want your bilge pumps at the lowest point, obviously, so they get the maximum amount of water out of the bilge, but they also have to be accessible. Yeah, let me start here. I'm gonna work on putting I cut a block out, and I'll show you that when I get up in there in a minute, but I cut a block out to square this off a little bit here so I can set a bilge pump in here. And I think that's going to be underneath the chain bin in the chain locker there. So I'll show you that here in a minute. So I think I'll put a small bilge pump up there because this is supposed to be this bulkhead here is supposed to be a crash bulkhead, which means you don't want, you know, open flow of water. And that's the reason I put this piece of plywood in here to seal this up. And you can see I've got some marine adhesive / sealant on there. But anyway, so that'll be a bilge pump up there, a small bilge pump up there, just to take any water out of the chain locker. And I suppose I'll put one here at this low spot here. That one will be 100% accessible because that's a hatch going down for storage there. So yeah, that'll be a good place for a small bilge pump too. And coming back here, of course, we're not going to be able to put bilge pumps in under any of this stuff. I could get a bilge pump in here, and this would be the perfect place for it, because this is absolutely where the forward end of the keel stops going down, and the back end stops going down, the aft end there. So I could put a bilge pump in there, but I'd have to cut an access hatch in this battery box here. And I don't know if I really want to do that or not. I don't know, because there's going to be no other way to get at it once the hull is planked, of course. The sides are planked, or the bottom is planked here. So, I don't know, maybe I should put a small one in there just to get the water out of off the bottom of the keel as much as possible. I don't know. But I was going to put a big one back here. And I suppose there isn't much difference in height there. You know, maybe a couple, 2-3 inches. I don't know. I'll have to think about that some more. But I was going to put a big one down here for moving more amounts of water. And that will be accessible from the engine room, of course, so that's not an issue. And then we need one back here to drain any water that would come in aft and come this way. So probably right here will be a bilge pump. And I'm thinking this bulkhead here, again, is going to be sort of a crash bulkhead, so I want it more or less watertight. So I don't know if I'll have to put a little bilge pump back in there somewhere. Man, that's going to be hard to do because of the way that's configured, but you know, I really can't put a drain hole in there either, the way that's, yeah, I don't know, we'll have to see about that. But for this lazarette back here, that might be something I just have to sop out or mop out or whatever. But anyway, those are some thoughts on bilge pumps. I've also been, I think I told you, I ordered a muffler, a water lift muffler. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. You know, I wasn't going to build one because there really isn't that much to them, but I don't know, I decided to just go ahead and order one. So that should be here, I think later this week maybe even. But That, of course, will go back here. And it looks like I could theoretically just set it, you know, right in here somewhere. And then a pipe will come up out of it. We'll connect to a cross tube that goes out either side of the hull. Yeah, they talk 12 inches between the injection point and the top of the water lift, and that water lift is, I think, about 12 inches tall. So that would work without having to bury it below the deck here. I don't know, we'll see about that, but I ordered some tubing too, some exhaust pipe or tube or whatever, hose I guess it is. I ordered some of that hose. I ordered two different kinds. I ordered some straight, so I can connect the fiberglass to the other fittings, like the through hull fittings, and in my T that I'll have to put in here. And I also ordered a piece of a little more flexible tube to come up out of the water lift and into that cross piece, because you want it up a little bit above it. I don't know, yeah, we'll see about that too. They talk about putting a little bit of a gooseneck in there so the water comes up out of the water lift and then down into the exhaust outlets. Of course, you need it above the water level, but everything needs to be above the water level there. But yeah, we'll see about that too. See how that all comes together. I did cut another hatch in here. I don't think I had this hatch cut in here before. This one is over the gray water tank. Not so much that I think I'll need access to the gray water tank, but just to access to the plumbing everywhere along here. So yeah, I'll have complete access to all the plumbing along the whole length here. And then someday I may have to put some smaller access ports along in there. But up here now, I decided maybe I should get my chain locker built in here. And there's only, 4 feet up the top, not even that down here. But I don't know on a windlass, the spurling pipe or tube or whatever from the windlass, the hole that comes to the deck with the chain is going to have to be as far back this way as possible. So that means the chain's going to come straight down right into this area here. And obviously, if I want to put a bilge pump right there, I can't build the locker, too tight. Anyway, so what I did was I cut this piece of wood. This was a cutoff. This was a cutoff from the part of the keel. And I cut this to fit in there, and I will epoxy this in. And then I'll probably wind up, once the bottom is planked, I'll have to do something on these edges too, so the water doesn't pool down in there. I don't know exactly what yet, if I'll cut some more wood to fit in there and then put some thickened epoxy over it or whatever. But anyway, a small bilge pump can sit right here then. And then I think the chain locker is going to be built above the bilge pump. I'll have to bring something across here like this and then up. And then to access this bilge pump, I'll have to put an access plate in this bulkhead here. Because like I said, this is supposed to be watertight, so I'll have to put a fairly robust access plate in there to give me access to this little bilge pump that'll go up here. Otherwise, I don't know how you get water out of here. It's going to be a problem any other way. So I think that's the order of the job for today, is to get that epoxied in. Get at least that much done. Well, should I even bother doing that now? Or wait until the planking is on, so I can get it a little more, you know. But I kind of wanted to build a chain locker now, which I probably could come pretty close to getting that chain locker down through there, since it's wider up there and narrower down here. Yeah. But that chain locker is going to need a lot of fiberglassing, so I guess if I build it in here, I don't know if I'll have room to get it through the, I guess we'll see. It doesn't actually, the chain locker doesn't need to be huge. I found a formula for calculating how many cubic feet are required for X length of chain, and I calculated 200 feet of half-inch chain. And I think I needed like 3 cubic feet or 3 point something or 2 point some cubic feet. So it's not really that huge. They recommend for the bin for chain storage, actually cylindrical is best, tall and cylindrical is best. Wonder if I could just use one of those 40-gallon drums, plastic drums in here for that. Boy, that would save me a lot of work, and then I could just build a platform for that to sit on. Then I'd still need to get a drain out. It needs to be high enough, regardless of how it's in here, it needs to be high enough so that I can put a drain out through the hull so the chain locker is self-draining. You can shove a hose down there and rinse things off, and it'll just drain out the side. And if you're pounding into big waves, you might get some water splashing up, you know, forcing up in there once in a while, but it should drain right back out again then. Wouldn't be a continuous type of deal. The water line doesn't come up that high here. Yeah, I'm thinking one of those 40-gallon plastic drums. They're pretty heavy-duty stuff. It would be impervious to rusting or rotting, and you can buy those little kits to put a plug in the side or bottom to drain them. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. But anyway, okay, so that's what we got going here. We're thinking about chain lockers, bilge pumps, exhaust system, and I did a little more work in the back of the boat also. I did a little more work on the main bunk back here. I've got it established, its position established. Yeah, kind of dark back here. But I need to wait with this until I get the thing planked again before I can put the sides and stuff on here and start, you know. I think what I'll do is probably put some drawers along here, and then maybe some doors and just for some storage and stuff. Throw odds and ends, or maybe some boxes down underneath there. But I got a cleat along there. I also put some little angle doohickeys supports coming off of those. And then of course this whole end here will be supported when it goes, as it goes down to the deck here, or to the sole. But yeah, so there isn't a whole lot I can do here. And then there's the other one, the bunk for over there, which I don't think I'll probably do much with that just yet either. Might get it tacked up in place just to get a better feel for the space in here. But speaking of the space in here, that's going to work fine. I still think I'm going to be able to do everything I wanted to do in here. Did narrow this bunk up just a little bit, of course, but it's still plenty wide. It's plenty long and plenty wide. But I wanted to put a chair here, just a recliner or something, easy chair of some sort here. and a little desk over here. And I may just mount a little swing stool or something to sit at the desk. We'll see about that. And then the companionway coming down here, and that bunk over there. And of course the shower in the head. And I ordered my washing machine too, simply so I could get a shelf or something built in here to put it, to start thinking about that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd like to do this bathroom too, but then I got no access into here. But this access is going to be gone pretty soon anyway, because I'm going to start putting these Bilge stringers in here, and you're not going to be able to crawl in and out of here. Now, not very easily anyway. Well, you can see over here those Bilge stringers. That kind of limits. You can squeeze through them. I mean, it's not impossible to squeeze through there, but yeah, it starts becoming more difficult. And I got a month yet to do inside stuff before I want to start working on the hull or on the planking again. So yeah, 1 month to do what I think I need to do in here inside, at least in terms of getting big pieces of plywood or whatever in here. So I will leave it at that as the last day of February of 2023.